So we did a recap on how to write test case and test management tools yesterday. And so we'll be looking at today how to write user stories and how to create bug report or bug tickets when we discover bug on an application. Timmy, you say you didn't understand the assignment yesterday. Okay. Well, we'll look at that later. So as explained yesterday, there is an example of a management tool, as we can see on our screen. So on this left panel of the screen, we have the list of projects and the workspace you want to work on. And on the right side, we have the main UI of the application, which is the management tool. So once you click on the project here, we have an existing project here, which is finance for MRS. So we have different plan. We have to do, we have the bug reports, we have user story, we have all in progress, we have code review, we have staging, we have in testing, we have pass, and we have failed. So today we'll be looking how to write user story and how to create a bug report. So while we create a bug report, we'll be referring to this line of our slide. So we'll be referring to this okay, this is for writing testimonials as given as assignment for us. So this is just ordinarily for a login screen, but on the exercise we're given to write using SRS documents. So we'll be using this screen to report bug. So for example, this is a registration, like a sign up form for an application. And for us as a tester, we have to look truly, like we have to look well and access this sign up page to look for a bug. And while me looking at the screen now, I can see I can see 4 bugs on the screen. I can see 4 bugs on this screen. So our duty as a QA, we are meant to spot the bug out and come to our management tool here. I'll come back to our management tool here and create a bug ticket for the So I can just call this sign up page as seen on the slide. And add the card. So this bulk ticket is created already. So for me to enter details inside this bulk ticket, I have to click on this edit button and open the card. And while reporting bug, there are certain steps you need to follow to report a bug on an application. Excuse me, guys. So while reporting bug, you have to give a description. Number one, the bug found. Number two, steps, you analyze the steps to recreate the bug. Number three, you give the actual results and the expected results, as what the feature is meant to perform. So first thing we need to do, we need to come here and label our card. So for me, I'm just going to label this card a bug which is red. So I'll give it a red label. I can, let me see if I can edit the label. Yeah, so I just labeled the card now. That is a bug ticket. Or you can name another one, and maybe you call it a defect. Maybe another one, I'll call it a defect. So basically, that is how we name our card. And then the next thing, we come down here and give description to our bulk tickets, saying So for us to give the description, we come down here and say steps to reproduce. Okay. Okay, some people just join us now. So what I was explaining before is how to create a bug ticket. You know, when bug is being discovered on an application. So this is an example um of a project management tracking tool. So what we do, we come here and create a bug ticket for the future we discovered bug on. So for example, on our slide on this page, said find defect or find bug on this page. So this is a sign up page, and on this page there are several bugs I can see on this page. So I'll be giving us this task for us to do and submit next week. So on this page, you have to find as many as possible bug on this page. At least 10 bugs you should be able to find on this page. Okay, I'm taking us how to create a bug ticket. So this is a sign up page for an application, and on this page, I can see, as a tester, I can see about 3 bugs visible to me on this page. So what we are supposed to do is to find those bugs and create those bugs in the management tool. I create a bug ticket for them. So what we need to do is to create a bug ticket, giving like for example, that's a sign up page on the application which I've created up here already. And for me to add details to the bug ticket, so I need to come here and open the card. So the first thing that I did was to label the card. Then if by chance I need to address the ticket to someone, I can click on the member here and search the person I need to add the bug ticket to. Okay, let me refer the bug to Babatunde. So I can say I'm addressing the bug ticket to Babatunde. So the next thing I need to do is to add description to my bug ticket. So the first thing I need to mention is the steps to recreate the bug. Um, the first thing I need to do is add the steps to it. Number one, launch the application. Yeah. So launch the application. Then number two, step number two, um, I log in. And sorry, step number two, click on sign up. And step number three, then fill sign up form. So in the process of filling the form, I notice a typo error here. Is new registration. So for me to report this bug, I can do a screenshot of this page and label this typo error. So I come back to my page here and states expected results. So let me address my bug ticket here. I can say typo error. I can say typo error, then expected results should be new. Then actual results, what I can see on the screen. Actual result was plus new registry. Yeah. So with this, I have created a bug ticket. I was explaining that okay, what I found there was a bug, and can anybody see another bug here? Okay, interesting. So yeah, hopefully. So, once all the information has been entered, you can really click save. Then your bulk ticket is automatically created. Then while reporting bug, you can also add attach screenshot for validation. Probably the developer working on this bulk tickets does not get a clear picture of what you're trying to explain here. So sometimes a screenshot can help. And example of a screenshot I use is we can use Monosnap. I actually use Monosnap to do a screen capture for my blog. So I can click on this guy here and say capture area, and I capture the sign up page of the application, which is this. And the next thing I need to do, I need to.
I don't know if I'm the only one. I can't see this.
Then I indicate. Then I indicate here and give it a label. This is what I'm referring to. Then I click save. You can either save to your desktop or you save to your document. So I will come back to my management tool, then attach the screen grab. So I just attach the file. So you can either attach via adding link or you click on attach file. So you can click on the file and upload. So with this, we've been able to create a bug ticket. So exactly. So that will be our next task. We can work on both devices. So I hope you all understand how to create a bug ticket, which I've explained earlier. Hello everyone.
Yes, I understand. Yes, sir. We understood.
All right. So this is another task I'm giving us. The first task I gave on Wednesday is meant to be submitted tomorrow. Today I'm giving us another one. So what we need to do, we have to come up to our slide here and look at the sign up page. Find at least 10 bugs. Find at least 10 bugs or 10 defects on this page and reports on the management. So is that clear? Yes. Okay. Yeah, you can. Go ahead.
Okay, my question is, you know, the about law, law principle. Actually, say sometimes don't fit what is it?
Okay.
Maybe an application, sometimes like from this, from the summary to approval, you see that user ID contains association. Also, in some cases, the user ID might be one of the primary documents that user ID can contain.
So what this is just trying to explain is that you're finding a defect on the screen. Like you're just like doing a UI test on the screen. Yeah. What I can see I can see a lot of like I don't want to make any comments again, so I don't give give you a expo. So yeah, just make sure you have to make sure to look well. Some of them is typo error. Some of them is I'm already giving you already resolutions, everything. So you understand? Yes. Yes. It's called the peak icon. Yes. So in fact,
Should I say that? What should we do here? Like writing on our own what you think.
yes, yes, yes.
Like
Yes,
just as a tester that you're not giving the environment that
exactly.
you're giving it and it's just to
Exactly.
storage what is the code inside.
Exactly.
What are things?
All right. Oh, you might not. No, you are married. Don't worry about the. Let me even change it. Yes, ma. Yes, ma. No, what you're doing is you're coming here on this page of your slide that has been shared with you. So on this page, this is a sign up page of an application. So look truly well and pick out as many as possible defects you can find on the screen. You are meant to report the defect or bug you find. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, on the sign up screen. Yeah. Yeah, you have to know the correct thing. You have to find You have to find the bug. Yeah, I've already shown you how it's.
Don't go down with that again. It's going to
Mm.
But what about the choosing user ID? You don't know if that's the ID or not. You don't know if that's the name or not. The tester one, you don't know if that's the name or not. I don't have the response. You don't have idea.
Okay, this is another one. So is it that you use this one or use that one? So guys, if you're following me online, so pick any of these images. Is it that you are picking this Google browser home page, or you are using this sign up page? Find as many as possible bugs on each page.
So my
So you are reporting it here.
Please, is there specific requirements on how the login details are meant to be?
No, there is no requirements. So what you're meant to do is to look at the picture given to us in the slide there and find as many as possible defects on the page.
As we write on test cases on FINAS,
No,
MRS.
not test case. This is a bug reporting. How to report a bug when you find bug on an application.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Another thing you can do is for every one of us, we can create a Google Sheet. Pardon? I'm trying to make it easy for us. So this is what we're going to do for this defect for the defect page. This defect page report on Google Sheets. I mean on Google Doc. Then for the Mozilla page here. For this page here, report on Trello. Do you understand? Report the bug. Use the link I sent to you on the, yes, click on the link and join. So do we get that?
Sorry, please, I'll need some clarification on this bulk thing, please.
Yeah, please check.
So I understand that to come to this page, this screen now, and look for the bugs. So I'm trying to understand, how do we know which one is a bug? You know, somebody asked the question if we're supposed to use anything in test case. You know, for test case, you already have the requirements, so you know what you're looking for. But this one, how are we supposed to know which one exactly is a bug? So which means, are we supposed to have something that is correct for you to know which one is not correct in this?
For um for this is an exercise. Writing test case is a different exercise, you know, for Guru Banking app. So this is a page from Google that you need to explore and find as many as possible bugs you can find on this page, and you have to report them here on the Trello management tool. And then the second one, which is this sign up page for an application. So you need to look through the year and find as many as possible defects on this page. So you have to report this here on a Google Doc. So you create a Google Doc and report it there. Just go to google.com, then type on Google Doc, DOC. It's just like a Word document. Yes.
Hey David, can I ask a question?
Yes, please do.
David, first of all, I want to know that that you mentioned that the other exercise we have to submit on Trello and the other exercise we have to submit on Google Sheet.
Yeah.
So how should we approach to the Trello? You provide the link or is there any way?
Okay, yes, I will drop the link now.
Okay, fine. And second is that we have to create new Google Sheet
Yes, you
or we
create
have
new
to
Google
continue
Sheet.
somewhere
Yes,
else
yes, exactly.
on our Gmail account.
Yes, Gmail account. Yes,
Okay,
Google Doc,
fine.
not Sheet.
Thank you.
Google Doc.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
So as soon as you're done with your tasks, you can submit on the group, and I'll pick it all up.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm confused regarding the tax. I had on that meeting crashing with this. Is it the same tax that we're supposed to submit tomorrow, or this is a new tax on Trello?
This is a new task entirely. So number one, you have to come to your training slide. So which is slide number 92. So you have to look at this sign up screen image and find as many as possible defects on this page. No, don't report this on Trello. So find as many as possible defects on this page and report on Google Doc and submit on the group. And then the second one, which is the Google home page. So you have to find as many defects and bugs on this page and report on Trello too as well.
Okay, so is the Google home page you're going to report on Trello?
Yes.
Why the other slide is one going to use the doc for?
Yes.
Okay, so we want to submit. We should send the link to you to the group.
Yes, just drop the link.
Okay, sure. All right.
So I'm dropping the link for Trello for us.
Are you listening me? I'm trying to say that, can you please tell me what is the deadline of this assignment?
I didn't get you. What did you say?
I'm saying, what is the deadline of this assignment? The assignment which you
Next
have
week.
assigned.
That is next week. Next week.
Next.
Next week Thursday.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Hello, Dave.
Yes.
Hello. So I have prepared some test cases yesterday on that Excel sheet.
Come again.
I have prepared that test cases on that Excel sheet you have provided yesterday.
No, you are creating a Google Doc to report the defects.
Sorry.
So if you can find 0 to 4 defects on the pages, that means that's you're poor. So if you find
No, David.
if you find 5 to 6, you're on average. So if you find 7 to 8 defects, that means you're good. If you can find 9 to 10, means you are a rock star.
No, David, I am saying that I have prepared test cases on that bank application.
Yeah. So I think I should add more. So I'm adding more. So on this page, yeah.
As we consider that we should do these things so that we can start people that are not used to training start to train. But if you start writing practice is perfect. I mean, you do a mistake with someone. I still replace it.
Okay, so giving us 4 exercise. Sorry, 3 exercise. This one we'll do next. So this page, the Google page, and the sign-in page for this. So these 3 pages: number 1, the registration page; number 2, the Mozilla browser; number 3, the sign-in page.
David, where we have to submit the third exercise. First, you mention on Trello.
Next
Second, you
week.
mention on
So
Google Sheet.
next week Thursday, I expect us to have been done with all the exercise.
I'm
The
not
test
talking
case,
about the
the
deadline.
test case should be
I'm not
submitted.
talking.
The test case should be submitted tomorrow, as Friday, and these 3 exercises given to us today should be submitted next week Thursday.
David, I think you don't understand my point. That I'm saying that you mentioned right now 3 exercise,
Yes.
where one we have to submit on Trello, and second we have to submit on Google Sheet, and the third you recently mentioned sign in. The third where we have to submit on Trello or on Google Sheet?
On Google Doc. Google Doc.
Google Doc.
Yes.
From our own account.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Sorry, David, please. This providing suggestion. Are we going to add it to the one we're going to put on Trello, or we're going to add it to the one we're going to send it to the Google Doc?
The Google Doc.
That means we're only sending the one with Google image to the
Yes, on
Trello.
Trello, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Okay. Customer balance. Mm. Yeah. So, of course. So, so when so before you can view your account, you must have entered your account number, your own account number, not someone else. And when you type in your account number, you're meant to see your balance, not someone else. So if you're seeing someone else's account balance, that means it's an error. Mm. Mm. Balance equal
If it's not put it on that person's account, how many
customer.
you
You have to be once you enter your account number, you should be able to view your own account balance. So that is why it stops. Yes.
No, if you don't put on that person's account, for example, I want to check my account. I don't see for
It's another account. If the account number is not,
Hmm. Okay, I'm coming. God help those people that are copying other people's work.
Hi, David. Someone is waiting to be let into the group.
Okay, sorry. I'm admitting now. Who is this person? Uh, Who is this person, please? Is the person on the call?
Avance.
I mean, on the tax sheet. Is a person with sheet 2 conflict. I can see Thomas on the person's name. Okay. Okay, Zino. Sorry. I didn't see yours. The lockbox. Mm. I didn't see wallet too. Okay. We all have to finish up our talk too. I didn't say I know. Okay, I've seen you. Okay. You're trying. But you have to try more. Oh, I see everybody has done a good work, but we all have to finish up with our tasks. Timmy, I didn't see yours. Okay. Um.
I'm not done with mine. I'm still on it.
Okay. Who is that?
This Chidima.
Chidima. Okay. So, Timmy, what you need to do, you have this access already. So what you need to do is come down here. Just that. Jesus. What is this?
But I've done it. I've done it already. On WTS.
uh,
Yes.
let's see now. Just private message me when it fix. So I'm just gonna delete this one. Um, I don't think you need to put anything there since you don't have. Yes. I can see some people coming in late for the meeting. The Lord is just trying to, for those that came in late.
Hello, David.
Yes,
Actually, I have a problem with this numbers. Could you open my sheet over?
hello, I can hear you.
Hello,
Hello.
hello, David.
Yes, I can hear you.
I have a problem with test case numbers.
The test case number.
Yeah.
Uh,
Could you open my sheet over?
I didn't get you.
Can you open my sheet over there?
Ownership. Can you drop your question in the chat section so I can read?
Okay.
Okay, Tajni, how to give test case number properly. So what you just need to do is to come on the sheet here, and we have the test case number, we have the test case ID, we have the test title description, the test execution step, and the expected result, actual result. So once this is numbered as test case number, then the next one should be the test case ID, which is the row and the unique number. So you can just say MG manager row, then -03. Then you can write, you can add the feature you're working on. So maybe log out button, log out. Then you can start creating scenarios. for the logout features. The logout feature. Is that clear? Kajin, did I answer your question?
Did this open my sheet over there?
Pardon?
Open my sheet.
I didn't get you. Hello? I'll check. So by the end of the month, we should have known how to carry out how to perform top-down tests, how to report bug, and how to track bug. Then we should all have a good understanding of what is agile methodology, understanding the role of QA in a project development. We also have understand how to write test case and how to perform test case execution. Then also how to perform regression testing and exploratory test on all projects. And I will drop some link for us on the group to read. Yes. Yes. Manager role. You can set to use them. Yes. So MG is the manager role. You can use them. So I'm dropping a link on the chat group. I want us to take this course, which is Introduction to Software Testing. So you can click on the link and start the course now. So the link has been dropped on the channel group, on the group channel. So sign up for the course, Introduction to Software Testing. So it will get you familiarized with principle behind software testing and why software should be tested. Yeah. So next, tomorrow we'll be collecting assignment for the test case. Then next week we'll be doing revision for the tasks that we've done. Then the upper week we will start introduction to automation. But right before then, I want us to be bold of ourselves. We are good with manual testing.
So for this manual testing.
Yes. What? That was what?
Simplify.
Okay. Don't worry. Don't worry, the automation will make it as simple as possible for us. I don't understand.
David, please, do we need to know coding like Python or this thing for us to be able to do the automation or Java?
Yes, it just you can get yourself familiar with those. You just need to have basic understanding of those programming language.
But it's not easy.
Pardon?
It's not easy.
That's why you need to train yourself and develop yourself. So go online, you can read about Java, how to write JavaScript, and Python too as well. Because you just need the basic understanding, not the in-depth knowledge, of those programming language. Don't worry, it's not a rocket science. So now we all know what QA testing means and software testing. And then we all know our role as a QA, in software development cycle, why it is necessary to test. So as per the task given to us today, defect or find or fault. Defect is a deviation from requirement. A software defect is a condition in software product which does not meet a software requirement as stated in the SRS document or the end user's expectation. Then failure is a deviation from software The deviation of software from its intended purpose in its inability of a system or a component to perform its required function with a specific performance requirements. Failure can occur when fault executes, and then bug is the result of coding error or a defect in the version from the requirement document. A defect does not necessarily mean that there is a bug in the code. It could be a function that was not implemented but defined in the requirement of the software. Then we all understand the psychology of testing, do we? Yes. That means you know the rate is our training slider. Yeah, software. So psychology of software. Software development includes software testing, which involve human beings. Therefore, the human psychology has important effect on software testing. As a tester and test manager, you all need to have good interpersonal skills to be able to communicate effectively with colleagues, and ways to communicate well that includes the following example. Number one, start with collaboration rather than battle. So you have to collaborate, in any form. Once you're working on a project, you all have to rub minds together. Also to remind everyone that you all have a common goal, and it's the better quality of the system. So number two, emphasize the benefit of testing. For example, for an author, for example, for the author, defect defect information can help them improve their work product and their skills. For for the organization, defect found and fixed during testing, we save time and money and reduce overall risk to the product or to the quality of the product. Number three, communicate test results and other findings in a neutral, fact-focused way without criticizing the person who created the defect or the defect item. Write objective and factual defect reports and review in finding. So like what I taught us earlier on how to find defect, on how to report on defect, on how to report on bug. So you have to make your bug report as clear as possible, for the person who is going to pick up the bug reports. Then the next one, try to understand how other people feel and the reasons why they react negatively to the information. Um, so many times, QAs and developer have a misunderstanding. So this is what this is explaining. I'm a developer, you are a tester. I work effortlessly, like work. It took me like 7 sleepless nights, to write codes and everything. And trust me, every time developer sees a bug report or a bug report or a defect report, they are always angry. Trust me. Pardon? Okay. So they're always angry, no matter how little the bug is. Once they just see a bug ticket, just like you you've triggered their anger. It's not easy for them, and um, as been in the industry, we all have to learn how to communicate with each other. Like for example, speaking of experience I've had with some developers, I try to manage them because if a bug is not fixed, it reduce the timeline for the project, and I will be held responsible. The developer will be held responsible, but it's my own primary call, to make sure every bug is fixed on this application. Reason why being is you have to follow up with the developer, you have to retest, as a QA. So to me, what have always been helping me, once I get on a project, and the first thing I request is the UI, the document, and if there's a demo section, I can have, with the stakeholder, which is cool. And then the next thing I ask is, please, can I have access or the developer's contacts? And once I have the developer contacts, I know my problem is solved. So what I do is just do a formal greeting and introduction. Hey, boss, what's up? You need to know the person you're working with. Like me now, uh, I'm the kind of person like, okay, I like to hang out, visit the bar, have a drink. You need to know the person. If okay, the person also likes, ask what they like. You get to know the person, and if it happens that okay, this person also drinks too, there's already a connection. You can just throw up, maybe a evening after work, like, oh boss, how far, can we meet somewhere else? Let's rub mind. So you've already created that relationship with the person. And if tomorrow comes, you start testing, and you notice a bug or anything, trust me, that person won't hesitate, to give you a chance to listen to you, and get the issue fixed, and we move on to the next. So it's always good, know how to collaborate, know how to communicate, and know how to get the job done. Let me just put it that way. So it might help you, also help you in future too as well. And so that is what that line is talking about. Try and understand how other people feels and reason. You know. Sometimes you might just report a bug, and the developer sees it, but I just calls you back. Sometimes you both of you might be, under the same roof, in the same company, and the person will just react anyhow, you know. And if you also take that to yourself and you even also react, negatively to the person, there's already a conflict between both of you. So we should always learn how to manage each other, in the working space. Then the last one, yeah, it's for the good of the project, and sometimes
There's no way they have to be
you all are working, or towards you are working towards the same goal. But remember, you have a timeline, and fine, I'm the developer. I will fix the issue. Probably you want this issue fixed, maybe in 2 days. And I can say, okay, maybe you get grace, Abby. I'll I'll postpone it to 7 days before the issue is fixed. So
something like you might
You don't have the time to fix it all day. Then you can fix it some other time.
when there is a timeline to it. Imagine you are giving
when you start working on multiple projects, you understand. So the last one, let me go to the last line. Where is it? Psychology of testing. So the last one, confirm that the person has understood what has been said and vice versa. Like agreeing to okay, yeah. So let me go back to principles of testing. So what we talked about earlier was psychologies of testing. So then another one is 7 testing principles, which says that testing shows the presence of defects and not their absence. So I said no application is bug free. Every application has a bug, so we all have to make sure there is presence of bug and defects on any application. So testing can show defects are present, but cannot prove that they are not there are no defects. And testing reduces the probability of undiscovered defect or bug remaining in the software. But even if there is no defect around, testing is not a proof of correctness. And the next one says exhaustive testing is impossible. Testing everything or combination inputs and precondition is not visible except the trivial cases, rather than attempting test excessively. Risk analysis and test techniques and also priorities should be used to focus the test efforts. Number 3 says early testing saves time and money. This is relating to the agile methodology. So it's good you start testing, once your application is being developed. So it will really save time and money. Not, you've the application is developed already, like you've completed all the features. Now you are now introducing testers to come and test. They might find default defects on every feature. Exactly. So you have to start from scratch again, and in the process, while you are fixing this error, is affecting another feature in the application. So it's always advisable to start testing your application as soon as it's been under development. Yes, it's adopted. Regression testing. Exactly. Thank you. So so the fourth one says defects cluster together. A small number of modules usually contain most of the defects discovered during the pre-release testing, or is responsible for most of the operational failures. Predict, predicted predicted future defect cluster and the actual observed defect cluster in the test operation are in more important inputs into a risk analysis used to focus the test efforts. And number 5 says beware of pesticide paradox. Then number 6 says testing in context dependent. And number 7 says absence of error is fallacy. The V-shaped method. Okay. Oh, I will take you on that. Yes. So V-shaped model is actually software testing methodology. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, um, V-shape model is um, let me give you a scenario. You are meant to you're meant to do a building project, and in the in the um, in the requirements, car park is meant to be is meant to be okay. Let's say car park. You know, there are some buildings whereby car park is always on the building. Like majorly, car park is always below under the building. But okay, this project says they want car park to be on the building, and the architect that pick up the project designed the car park to be under the building, and the project is completed, you know, with car park on the building, and the owner of the project comes and said, "Oh, I don't want the car park to be on the building. I want it to be under the building." The project is completed already, so you have to destroy everything and start from the scratch again. But in the process, if you have your QA team, you know, that's why I said testing saves time and money. If you have introduced QA, you know, at the beginning of the project, when the construction is going on, I as a tester, I come in, I go to the requirement document or the design architecture plan, you know, that has been designed for the building, and I spotted what is going on right now in this on the site. Okay, they said they are doing okay, they are building up pillars, you know, to raise the building. And I said, okay, and I look at the architectural design. Okay, do you guys know car park is meant to be under the building? And I communicated with the architect, and suddenly the architect realized that, oh really, oh okay, we start with the car park under the building. So he has saved them cost time, you know, of raising, maybe even raising the building, you know, to the half level, you know, instead of them destroying the building and starting from the scratch again. So that's actually what they mean, like it is hard, you know, to go back to what have been to the features that have been created on the application. So we talked about functional testing and non-functional testing. So under functional testing, there is the integration testing. We have the system testing, and we have sanity testing. We have smoke testing, interface testing, interface testing, interface testing, regression testing, acceptance testing. There are actually more testing under functional testing, so 7 of them were captured on the slide. And also there is non-functional testing. So while doing non-functional testing, you can carry out performance testing, you know, under non-functional testing, which includes load testing and stress testing. And a non-functional testing might be checking how many users can log in on the application, or the stability and reliability of the um, application. So different type of non-functional testing. We have the performance testing, which is the performance, which is testing for the performance or speed of the application under required workload, and load testing. We have security testing, compatibility testing, and usability testing, and compliance testing and localizational testing. So we talked about type of bugs. Um, There are UI bugs, there are business logic bugs, security bugs, performance bugs, and accessibility bugs. Can somebody give me an example of a UI bug? Yes.
Username is possible.
Okay. All right. That's a valid one.
Like the tests of the
Uh, All right. That is a good one. And also like what we encountered yesterday. Yeah. So that's an example of a UI bug. Um, then yeah, the color of the design. Yeah, that's an example. Can anybody give
The
me
structures, the
exactly
structure.
structure? Yes, yes. That counts too as well. Then now, can somebody give me an example of a security bug?
Is it password? Maybe you're supposed to enter a complex because some interface authorization enter password complexity, but you enter a normal one and it's allow you to pass through. Is that
Yes, yes. That's an example of a
And the
security.
password should be encrypted, and a single user can get access to the other user's account.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Those are valid points.
the passport should contain uppercase, lowercase.
That can be UI bug too as well. That can be UI bug. So security bug is just basically okay. This system is not allowing me to log in with the account that I have not signed up with. You understand? It's also okay. It's also a way of testing. Okay, if I am able to use my own account to log in someone else's account. Yeah, yeah. So
May I add something? We can relate security bugs to the
yes,
banking applications, to the custom and medical or health or insurance applications.
yes. Yes.
Okay,
So
thank you.
then we have integration bugs too as well. Um, can somebody give me an example of integration bugs? Yes. Let's Moses talk.
Mm,
Where you want to, for instance, you want to transfer money to someone,
Yes.
and you input what is the account number, you put an invalid account number of the person and a different bank, and so much successful. That's the extension.
No, I won't take that as an issue. Yes, this.
can I try?
Sorry, hold on.
On his side.
Uh, okay. Okay, that's a valid one. Yeah, you.
can I try?
Sorry. Okay, yeah, please try. Please shoot.
Integration bugs are basically when occurs when a single module already developed and the next is merged into it. We can example it right like for a bank. If I have a debit card, ATM card already, and then I issued a credit card, if both information is not linked together, it might cause integration issues.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. A round of applause for her.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So that is what integration bug is. Oh, I was one. I was the only one listening. So those are the type of bugs we have in software testing. So we've also talked about who does testing. Developer does testing too as well. And we testers, test managers, test leads, architects, and the end users. Okay. Let's see this. Let's see this link. So this is a form of like a research for us. So we've talked about this Lady Claire that has one approach of testing softwares. So did you visit this link? So this link actually directs us to ask us if I'm a bad tester. So am I a bad tester? Okay, it is possible for you to be a bad QA tester and you don't know yourself. My answer is yes, and also as you read thought, you may come across some characters or habit of a bad QA tester. Yeah. So being aware of one of I know we all want to be good on our job, but without regular self assessment or your organization appraisal, it is possible you are a bad tester and not knowing it. Being aware of some of these bad traits or habits that will ruin your career will help you become a better person. Am I a bad tester? With few many years of experience in software testing, I've come and realized that bad testers are those who lack positive attitude, deep domain knowledge, poor communication skills, stagnant skills set, etc. What I mean by this stagnant skills? Can anybody say anything about stagnant skills?
Okay, I think the skills you previously have, and you're now trying to improve on them because so far you're in tech, new things come daily, new applications come daily. So if you're not trying to improve yourself by learning new stuff, you're just getting below and below and below until they replace you.
Exactly, and it can actually be categorized, to self-development. So you need to be out there, meet up people, or do research on your own, learn the new software tools. Make sure you're always on top of your game, so you are not left behind. For example, now in this program, we'll be teaching you manual testing and automation testing, and some people will just decide, okay, let me just stick to manual testing, and they feel that is the end of it. And meanwhile, you're supposed to grow yourself, in the automation world and be a rock star, in your career. But you've limited yourself, and expose yourself to what is trending out there. So it applies us to to do personal development, on ourselves, get out there, learn new tools, learn new skills, and it will really help us and go a long way. Number one, communication. As a tester, every stage of LCLC, you have nothing or less to contribute to stakeholders involved. Stakeholder involved shows you lack effective communication skills, which is actually true. Effective communication skills can be verbal or through email with clients and development to the development team or any other team. Communication is key from start to the end of the project and even beyond. This is very important. We all need to learn how to communicate, like the little group we are on the WhatsApp. Let us learn how to communicate. Let's learn how to, you know, keep in touch with each other. If you need to have clarity on anything, you can drop a message and make yourself visible and available. Um, these are some few points to notice why you are not communicating effectively. When you lack technical knowledge and domain of the business, you've always have nothing or less to contribute during the discussion or meeting. It is true. You are scared of rejection. True. Cultural diversity. You lack proper preparation before any meetup. So those are the things. Those are some few points you can note if you have a very bad or poor communication skills. Then number two is how you report a bug. One of the key duty of a tester is to find and report bug. And once you notice a bug, it is important you try to replicate the bug at least twice and do a thorough analysis before reporting it. Like the story I said about a test, I said about tester and developer while reporting bug. Sometimes you might report a bug, and at the end of the day, it's not a bug. So it is always advisable, to retest maybe 2 or 3 times, to for you to be sure if what you've discovered is a bug or not. For example, is maybe a login feature, and you're meant to report a bug on the login feature. I picked up a device, and I launched the application successfully, and I entered the valid email address and valid password. And the next thing I noticed was that the page keeps on loading, without giving me without redirecting me to the next screen or giving me the result I expected. And the next thing, I go on the management tool and report this is a bug. And by default, might not really be a bug. One, there are factors that might affect the execution you're trying to perform. Probably you have you're connected to the internet, but you don't have data on your phone. So me as a tester, I need to validate, okay, why is this still not logging me in? Okay, let me check if I have data. Let me check if I have airtime on my device. Or sometimes you might not know you're not connected to the internet, and you're trying to execute a feature on the application, and suddenly you notice, okay, you are not even connected to the internet. Like, for example, what happened yesterday during the meeting, I forgot I didn't plug my Wi-Fi, and I was still talking, for some, I think for some minutes, I think about 1 minute or for some seconds. The next thing I I looked at the screen and I say your connection is whatever. I just looked down and I realized that the battery is low and the Wi-Fi is dead already. So I have to quickly plug it back and quickly join back the meeting. So before reporting bug, let's be sure of ourselves, if it's a bug or not a bug, at least test like one or twice, or probably you might need to communicate with your team, okay, you try to do this, this is what you're experiencing. So that is collaboration, before you log the bug. So that's it. And a developer should be able to, okay, let me complete. Okay, primary key duty for a tester is to find bug and report a bug. And once you notice a bug, it is important to try to replicate the bug at least twice and do a thorough analysis before reporting it, as explained. Then the next line says the developer should be able to understand your bug report by just reading the summary. Your description give the developer further information as pertaining the bug. As I said, while reporting a bug, you have to make your bug report, as simple as it is, whereby a 5-year-old boy can just read and understand the message you are trying to pass across. And another feature you can always add, reporting your bug report is doing the screenshots, as I'm explaining, and highlighting and highlighting the few. So highlighting the area of the area of where you are trying to. This is actually international call. I don't know if someone. So that is it about you writing your bug report. Then the next line says when the developer come to you for more often as further explanation or clarity on the bug you reported, just know you have to work on your reporting skills. Number 3, testing performed based on assumptions. Guys, hello guys. I want us to take note of this comment I'm about to make. Number 1 rule as a tester: the greatest sin you can ever commit as a tester is you assuming. It's a very bad, and it can cost you a lot. It can cost your career, it can cost you money, it can cost you a lot of things. Never you assume. You must test. If you have to retest, don't assume this has been fixed or this feature should be working. So it's the greatest sin a tester can ever commit. So never you assume. One of my top rules in testing is never to assume. When you don't have enough clarity on what to do, always ask questions without wasting time. When you have difficulty or challenge, walk up to your PM, your test lead, your manager, your colleagues, the lead architect, and developer. Walk up to them, let them know how to go about testing a requirement that is not clear to you, rather than you prefer to assume. Then you have a bad tester habit. You must kill that now. Yes, assumption can be right, but wrong assumption can be more costly. Do we understand? So to avoid testing any application based on assumption, get a clear requirement from the business analyst or the developer. And sometimes this always happen, like let me speaking from experience, speaking from why you testing APIs, if you are testing API, you have to validate, what you see, what you're seeing on the front end with with the response you're having at the back end. Okay, if the front end says okay, if you perform a login on this application, you are supposed to see welcome Olushola or welcome Moses, after login is performed, and you try testing the application at the back end, using the API, and what you see was just welcome. Don't assume that okay, this is what is meant to be seen on the front end. That is a bug. You have to report it and explain to the developer what you saw on the front end is quite different from what you are seeing at the back end. So if the application says when you log in, you are supposed to get a welcome message with my name, but on the back end you get a welcome message only, you should report that. You don't assume that it should show the user's name. So that is that. Then number 4, not following the quality processes. Every organization has different QA quality processes, which helps them to find implement projects faster and successfully. Your performance is usually measured by following these processes. Your job may be at risk when you don't follow such processes, which may result to business or customer dissatisfaction. Um, for every organization, there is always a quality assurance process, which is speaking of okay, probably here in quality setting we follow the agile rule. I mean the agile methodology, and suddenly you have the opportunity of working somewhere else, and the company culture says, okay, here we use a V-shaped model, and you because of your ignorance, and you decide not to follow the methodology, you decide to use the agile model you've been using right from quality setting, and at the end of the day, probably the example we gave from Temi, with building projects, and suddenly there was an error on the application, and they've been unable, to go back and result in the application. So definitely, you've already shot yourself on the feet, and it's really gonna be a big problem, for you. So for every reason, you must always follow the quality assurance process of the organization you're working with, and you have to know everything about the company's culture. Then the number 5 says you lack the taste to break attitude. So says your primary purpose for testing is to find out bug in a system, which is actually key. And when testing stops, when your testing stops, where a given requirement or acceptance criteria stops, just know you lack a test to break attitude. A good tester should develop such an attitude whereby when testing any application, you follow the factors following the factors that affect the test to break attitude. For example, you don't have negative thought about the system under test and its workflow. You don't have exploratory testing and ad hoc testing. You lack clear understanding of the application and under rest. Your test is focused on testing only the normal path flow. So this is referring to you writing test case and creating scenarios. If you don't have negative thoughts about the system under rest and its workflow, fine. The system is designed to know to the system is designed in a workflow whereby okay, you have to carry out execute a step before executing another in a flow, and suddenly you are meant to create a test case for that application system, and you've only just limited your test case scenario to focus only on the path flow of the application. It's really going to affect you. And as a tester, while creating your test cases, you have to think negatively, you have to think positively, you have to think of suggestion you can add to the application. That shows that you have an in-depth understanding of how the system is meant to run. So the next one, 6, says the same testing skills. This is more or less referring to the lady clear that have one approach of testing, and as explained, we are meant to train you manually and automation, and he stick to manual, and he said it's only manual testing you want to be doing. Whereby okay, this application you can also automate this application, and you stick to just some manual only, and this is going to affect you, career wise. So I said there, he said that the software industry is transforming every day, which is actually true, and new tools and technologies are being created that can be used, in software testing and in the software testing industry. And it is important for every test. It is every tester's responsibilities to get updated with knowledge and skills and also development. Bad testers find it difficult to grow themselves. I hope you are copying all these things I'm saying. So, and the next I say, a non-growing tester is good at completing his or her tasks and does no more learn about new tools on technology, a language on improving themselves. They do not learn new things nor look for new information that will improve their skills in the software industry. An example is okay. Let me use an automation tools for an example. There are a lot of different automation tools. Maybe in the course of the training, they only train me how to use Selenium, and fine. I'm good with Selenium. I can use Selenium, and I was using Selenium, when I was working before, and suddenly you have a job opportunity, to work somewhere else, and where you're supposed to work, they ask you, please, what kind of automation tools can you use, for an application, and you tell them, okay, Selenium, and they ask you, are you familiar with Cypress? And you start looking like, what is Cypress? As me as a, even though in the course of interview, your CV, everything, and I'm well pleased with you, and I'm surprised you don't know about Cypress. I will be so disappointed. Even though you don't even know what is Cypress as an automation tool. If you get yourself involved in the research and everything, you should have known what is Cypress. And even And in that kind of scenario, if you say, okay, yes, Cypress, is an automation tool, but you have not tried it before, but it will be something you want to try. Once you have understand or you have the knowledge of Selenium, picking up Cypress won't be difficult because it's the same. It's almost the same approach. Just that Cypress just make life easier, to be used as an automation tool. So you have to get yourself involved, and there are so many automation tools out there. um Not just Cypress alone, not just Selenium alone. There is one they call WebStorm. Have anybody heard about WebStorm? So WebStorm is almost like Cypress too as well. So you have to get yourself familiar with all these tools and know how to use them. Then the next one says lack of customer insight. This said it is easier to test an application as per requirement, but not thinking outside the box. I've always told us, why creating your test case, always think outside the box. Think about the positive scenario, think about the negative scenario. That makes you a rock star, that makes you a good software tester or a QA tester. So um, a bad tester does not understand the customer and their need. A good tester should always hesitate to sit in the customer's shoes and use the application from the end of users' perspective. In our testing career, I want to advise us, whenever you pick up an application to test, or whenever you pick up an application, to work on, always put yourself, like reset your mind, that, okay, I'm seeing myself as a customer to test this application. It's always important, for us, always test an application, taking ourselves as a customer who wants to use the application. For example, a banking application, if I'm to test as a customer, I want to be conscious that, okay, my money is safe, with this bank. And I want to be assured that, okay, only me myself, have access login to this application or every time I try to use the application. So you must think outside the box. You must think as an end user. You must think, you think like a thief. You think like a thief too as well. Okay, like I want to. Okay, probably I want to steal your. I want to steal your money, and I have access to your phone, and I want to try and log into your app. You have to think, of those scenarios. Okay, what could these thieves have done, to get your password, to get your username, and everything. And that brings about, you know, maybe that brings us about, maybe me having access to your username and your password. And in the process, with the QAs, we've implemented a OTP, one-time password, whereby, okay, even though you even have access to my username and my password, you can still have access to my account without getting that OTP. Do you understand? So that is why OTP was implemented, whereby you have to get the one-time password, before you can log in. Yes, yeah, and you also have it's also timed out, so maybe in the period of 60 seconds or 5 minutes, 1 minute, while you using the application, it times out, so things like that. Are we all together? Hello, everyone.
Yes, hello.
Yes.
Hello. Yes.
All right. I just want to make sure I'm still with you guys. All right. So,
You just want to make sure that we are awaking.
yes, exactly. We are not sleeping.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we are really enjoying it. I just have a question here. I missed the last lecture. Sorry, it's because my mistake. But have we discussed the course outline?
Okay. We just remind me after this. After speaking about this. If I'm a bad tester, Just
Okay.
remind.
Sure.
All right. Then
I have a question.
please let it come later. We tell us when to ask questions. Sorry, please.
Okay.
All right.
My question is that which software quality assurance process or model is being used by your organization?
Sorry, you can ask the question later. I will remind you, please. I
Okay.
will answer.
I'm saying.
I will answer it later. Sorry. So let me just continue. So
Okay.
a bad tester does not understand the customer's need, and a good tester should always hesitate to sit in the customer's shoes and use the application, from the end user's perspective. So the next one says how to get rid of bad characteristics. So there are so many characters or bad habits that will make you a bad tester, and to mention only few. Number one, firstly, you need to know some of these characteristics that are in you, or the qualities that makes you a good tester, that that makes you a good tester, that you lack. Once you identify them, you can now begin to consciously get rid of them through positive attitude, dedication, detailed study, and constantly practicing what you want to do. Also, getting certified in software testing will help you gain more knowledge. Okay. Another thing is that we should not always limit ourselves. We should take time to do courses online. Do some certification exam. An example is ISTQB exam. Certification exam you can take is a certification exam for quality assurance engineers and software testers. It enables you, to get job, internationally, and you'll be recognized, as a certified tester. So we can challenge ourselves to take these courses and some other courses related to the software testing too as well. Then below is recommended reading, so you can take time to read up all these informations I've shared.
Now, can I ask the question?
Okay, yes, shoot now.
So I was asking that which software quality assurance process or model is being used by your organization?
Can you come again?
Yes. Which SQA process is being used by your organization?
Agile, actually. We use agile methodology.
Agile, am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so in Agile, what are you using, Scrum or Kanban?
Pardon?
Agile has different frameworks, Scrum and Kanban. So which are you using?
Scrum methodology.
Okay. So you do have a Scrum Master over there?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. I think it's time for question now. Then after then, I think we'll wrap up for today. And tomorrow, I expect us to have completed our test case exercise, and pick up the next task for the finding defects I shared with us today. And we are all to report our tasks, on a Google Doc. And for the Mozilla Firefox homepage, we have to report on Trello. By next week on Thursday, we should all have been done with the tasks. Then the upper week will be doing introduction to automation. So if there's any question, please can ask your questions.
We will have a class daily basis, 7 days a week.
Um, yes, every day a week from now.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. And same time, 3 p.m.
Yes, 11 o'clock Nigeria time. I think in your own time should be 3 o'clock p.m. or 3:30.
Yeah, 3. Okay. And do we cover the automation stuff in this course as well?
I didn't get that.
Okay, perfect. And one thing I got that tomorrow we have to complete the assignment to write test cases
Yes,
and place that over the Google sheet, over the Google Drive by
yes,
our name. And what
yes.
else you said that from which website or from which project we have to identify the bugs? I missed that part.
Okay, you have to go on the training slide that was being shared with you, which is this slide. So
Okay.
you go to the slide number 69.
Yeah.
TV 89 or 90. 90. Yeah. Yeah, 88.
So
Okay. Driven the
okay,
scenarios for
sorry,
logging.
92. So
Okay,
you
अब बोले लगा
like
card last.
92, 93, 94. So
Okay.
first slide 94, slide 92, you have to report on a Google Doc. But for slide 93, you have to report on this management tool that is Trello as
Okay.
so you have to report that here to create a bug ticket for any bug that is being found on the page.
Perfect. Got it. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Any more questions? Pabumi, any question? Peter, any question? Sanjay?
No,
Sheyi Akionla, any question?
no, for now.
Bolanle, any question? Shahid, any question?
I have a question.
All right, please shoot.
My question is that being a tester, you have conflicts with developer, right? So how will overcome that conflicts? That what are the best practices that we should do?
Can you come again? Sorry.
Okay. I'm saying that being a tester, you have conflicts with developer, right? So how can we overcome those conflicts? What are the best practices to overcome those conflicts?
To solve conflicts
Yeah, with developer.
with developer. Okay. By default, testers and developers are meant to work together, for every project. Speaking of you having a good relationship with the developer in such a way that you can call on the developer at any time if you notice a bug on an application. You can really call their attention to it. All still boils down to the approach, or to the kind of relationship you seek to have with the developer, to fix to work together, on the application.
Okay.
And like I explained earlier, which the approach that I've been working with me, before I jump on the project, I request for documents available, pertaining to the project. And the next thing I ask is access to the developer's contacts. And once I have access to the developer's contacts, I give a cold call, to the developer. getting to know the person I'm working with, and like a brief form of introduction, and then I start working. And if by chance I encounter any bug or any issues or the application, or I need a clarity, on the application, on how it works, I can easily just get in touch with the developer, because I have made the first move, trying to know the person I'm working with. I think with that, you both will work well together, and and
Yes.
so,
I got my point. So we have to first get the document from the developer in order to work it out, and we have a good relationship with the developer as well.
yes, very important.
Okay. So what if we don't have the developer, we don't have the document at that time, so we pursue pair programming to follow the testing process.
Yes, and another thing they can do, if you don't have access to these documents,
Okay.
you can request for a demo, maybe for a live demo, just like a small meeting, to for you to be introduced to the application, how it's meant to work, or you get in touch with the developer and give you the idea or the flow of how the application is meant to be run, so you have a better understanding before you start testing. And before you start testing as a tester, you have to have the knowledge, of how the application is meant to work, or how the application is meant to run.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. Any further question? Any question in house?
A favor is needed from you. A lot of people unfortunately missed first lecture. Can we just make the date of deadline for the submission of assignment to Saturday, if is it possible?
Saturday.
Yeah,
We are meant
Saturday, a day after tomorrow.
We are meant to submit tomorrow before close of business.
Okay.
Yes.
So we will not have any session on Saturday, Sunday?
No session or weekends.
Okay. We will submit it by tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow,
right?
For close of business. Yes.
What would be the time of close of business in Nigeria? It would be
okay.
6 p.m.
Okay. Yes. We have different times. I remember. So you can submit on I think Saturday in the morning, I guess yes. So you can submit that is if on Saturday, you will be on Friday. I mean, if you're on Friday, you will be on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Is there going to be a class tomorrow?
Yes, there will be class tomorrow, same time.
Okay, so the class is every day, not Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
Excuse me?
I said, so the class is every day, not Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
Yes, every day for now.
Except Saturday, Sundays.
Yes. So I dropped a course link for us. I don't know if you all have access to it now. I want us to sign up for the course. It's from Allison. So the software is the course is one house, please. The course is introduction to software testing. So I would like us all to participate, in signing up for this course. So it's dropped on the WhatsApp group. So let's pick up this course and enroll for this course. It's really going to help us all. So in the absence of no question, we will call it a day today. So thank you everyone for joining today's session.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.